Hello.
Hey, darling, how are you?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Me too, doing good. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Actually, I'm kind of pretending. You should have seen the build up to this show.
What happened?
Whew. Well, I had to pee.
You had to
So,
pee. Well,
yeah.
look, when you gotta go, you gotta go. Sounds like you had a busy day and you hadn't been pacing yourself.
uh, you probably right about that. I don't see my avatar.
You
Am
know
I
what
supposed
happens is when
to
you're
what?
doing the show, you only see your avatar. I see your avatar, you see my avatar. And then when they produce it and put it together, then we're side by side. I would rather be watching us side by side, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah,
You
me
know, because
too.
yeah, because it's so cute when when it's all done and we're standing there, look like we're talking to each other.
Well, let me tell you this, Rolonda. Going back to me having to pee, it wasn't just that I had to
Yeah,
pee.
this better be a good story if it's a peace story. Go on.
It is because it's like when you already rushing. First of all, it's hot in this room, and I'm sweating like I'm on menopause. I got a hot flash. I want to take off my shirt.
Where are
I
you? What part of the world are you in?
well, right now I'm in Maryland
And
at
what
the
do you have the
moment.
heat up because it's not hot there?
Well, yeah, the heat must be up a little high because I'm burning up in here. I want to take off my shirt. So, I was starting to contemplate a few things. I was like, well, should I wash my hands or should I just get on stereo and talk to Rolonda? And I said to myself, Rolonda would want me to wash my hands.
You damn right. I sure hope you washed your hands. Not sitting up there with some little nasty pea hands on the phone. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
But
Are you ever
sometimes
like
you have to.
that?
You know what? But we all go through that. Like you're in a rush, and it's like I just hear my mother in my head. My mother was always like, "Did y'all wash your hands?" I don't care if it was the middle of the night, you got up to pee, and you were you flushed that toilet, and you were getting ready to get up, and Mama be, "Did you wash your hands?" To this day, I hear, "Did you wash your hands?" And now with COVID, I tell her, I say, "You know something? You were always right. We thought you were crazy, but you were always right. You got to wash your hands. Yeah, you got to wash your hands. And it's a bad habit not to. And all this living by yourself for a long period of time and you're not around people, you think you can get away with stuff, but then you're going to have a bad habit when we get out of this COVID thing. And it's just not right. You got to wash your hands.
I would like to put on record that I wash my hands. I'm
Right.
big on washing hands.
Oh
So
my
before
gosh.
anybody
Listen,
gets on me.
first of all, I want to welcome you, and we're going to get back to your peace story in a minute. And I want to welcome our listeners too and say thank you so much. It means so much. I'm Rolonda Watts, and this is Kara. Kara, want to introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Kara, otherwise known as Kera Dangerous, or you can call me Katie from Kera Dangerous Talk on Instagram and YouTube.
And we're going to get back
That's
to where that dangerous business comes from.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll let you know.
Sweet little girl like you shouldn't be talking about being dangerous.
Are you sure I'm sweet, Rolanda?
I'm not so sure now that we're sitting up here talking about washing hands after you pee.
Look, next topic. I do look. I'm a germaphobe. I wash my hands. Trust me.
Okay, you wash them and put some lotion on them too. Don't go out here ashy.
Now I didn't put lotion on, but I did wash them, so we good to go.
Good. I want to encourage our listeners to please send a question. We have one in the queue. Kara, you want? Let's take this question.
Yeah, let's listen.
Hey, hey, Rolonda Watts. This is the King Cooley. Good to see you on. Let's go. Shout out to your co-host. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good evening here in New York City. Peace and love,
Oh,
King Cooley. I'm listening in for a hot minute before my show. Love y'all.
oh, wasn't that the
Oh,
sweetest message?
that was nice. Good afternoon to
And
you too.
yeah, hey, King Cooley, and he's in New York, which you know I call that one of my other homes. I love that. Love it, love it, love it. Let's hear what else. Oh, thanks, King Cooley. Appreciate you. Stay warm. Hey, is it cold, Kara? You're over there on the East Coast. I'm in LA. I've got the window, I got the whole door open here. The sun is
It,
shining. It is a beautiful, beautiful day. It's like in the 60s.
I don't know the temperature today, but it is a little chilly. But for right now, I'm still burning up, and I have my shirt off, and it's just a sports bra. So
Kara, are you sure you're not going through menopause at a young age?
I might be. I might be.
Because I'm trying to think. It ain't that hot over there in Maryland. Well, you know
Look, my
something? Look, you
what?
always know when a woman walks in a room and goes, "Who turned up that thermostat?" Everybody looks
I'm
at each
telling you,
other and
my
goes,
sister. I'm at my
"Mm-hmm.
sister's house. My sister got her heat turned up. She's cold and I'm hot. That's the problem.
Uh-oh. It's coming, Kara. It's coming."
Hey, Rolonda Watts, your voice so familiar. I mean, I believe you're the Rolonda Watts from Steve Harvey's show, Radio
Yep.
Syndicate show. Not sure, but if so, then you guys did the shows at the Apollo Theater once upon a time when you guys come to the Apollo to do your shows live, and I believe you and I do have a photo together some years ago. But if it's the same one, amazing. Good to see you here on stereo. If not, then my apologies. King Cooley in the building.
Hey, King Cooley, I wasn't. I was on the Steve Harvey comedy show, but you might remember me in New York because I was on Eyewitness News and Channel 4 and New Jersey Network. I was a big news reporter and anchor woman in New York and did a talk show back in the 90s. That's how you know me and hear my voice. Did you know all that, Carol, that I had other lives?
Oh, yes, I remember I interviewed you on my show.
I know.
You've done so much.
Yeah, I've been around a while. Okay, listen,
Look,
y'all, we're gonna get into some juicy stuff because Kara and I called each other and we were like, "Ooh, girl, what is going on with J Lo and A Rod?" And what else we said we were gonna talk about, Kara?
we got a lot of, I mean, it's been a crazy week. First of all, if you're in a relationship, you need to check up on it because there's a lot of relationship drama going on right now.
I know. And I just, and the back and forth with, wait a minute, J Lo and A Rod. Last time we talked, it was the drama of the moment, and they were breaking up. Now they're kissing all over each other, and apparently they're back together. He flew down to the Dominican Republic to be with her. We're going to talk about that.
Yes,
We all go on.
no, you go ahead, Miss Rose. Go ahead.
No, I didn't want to switch the subject too bad, but I do want to talk about the Asian hate crimes, or what is perceived to be such. I just it seemed like we were talking about that last time too, and just a lot going on in the world. The good, the bad, the indifferent, but it's the stuff people are talking about. What can we say?
Right. It is a lot going on, and we're gonna talk about a lot of it here today. So
Yeah.
where you want to go first?
First, I want to just hear the rest of our messages. Please, y'all, send us some messages. We're so happy that both of you are listening.
You
Hey,
are so
ladies,
crazy.
I got my wine ready. Let's get it.
All right. Thank you.
Woo, woo.
Oh my God. I need to get some wine. That's what we should do. It's happy hour time. Girl, listen. All right, we're gonna have to get us some wine or some tea or something and sit up
Yes,
here and let's say pour the tea. Okay,
I got
we're
water.
Why
ready.
did the chicken cross the road? I have
Right.
no clue either.
That's
She
what
said,
we
I
call a
have no
call.
clue either. I love it. That is, I do like that part about all of these apps that are so audio. Like stereo is strictly audio. You can't even, and I don't have to get dressed. I don't even have to make a cute avatar. I did put some glasses on this week and gave myself a bun. But
Oh
it's just
yes,
like,
I saw that. That's so cute.
yeah, look, you got to change it up and keep people guessing, right, y'all? I got some little claps back there. But I love hearing all the different accents, like when people are talking too. And it's interesting because when you listen to like stereo at different times of the day, different countries start waking up. Like in the middle of the afternoon, Africa will be up, and then, late at night in Australia, it's interesting. And then you hear all these different accents. It just kind of reminds you because we're all talking about the same stuff. but it just kind of reminds you how, how more alike we are than different, and how we have the same kind of interest and concerns, and we're talking about the same kind of stuff.
That's so true. I love how interactive this app is. I like hearing from people while we're having the conversation.
Yeah. Okay, here's another one.
Hey, ladies, enjoying the show. It's a 45-degree weather here in the DMV, Washington, D.C.
Yep.
45 degrees. Wow. You know something, in here in LA, when it gets to be 61 degrees, we're like, oh, it's freezing. No, look, it could be 65 degrees and it's freezing.
Is it
This
freezing
right
to
now.
you? Although you've been everywhere, like you've traveled a
No, no.
lot.
I will tell you that when it gets down to 40, 50, that's cold to me. Because I guess my blood is
Okay.
thinned. I've been here for a while. But no, I used to be out there shoveling snow like everybody else back in the day. But I've been in
Oh,
LA for a couple of decades now, so you get used to it. Not used to that cold. Here's another
well,
message.
you never get
Hey,
used to it.
ladies, I know y'all may not want to touch this, but what about that T.I. and Tiny? Man, I hope they don't lose everything they have earned. I mean, come on, T.I. and Tiny. If you would have kept that marriage sacred, y'all wouldn't be going through this.
Ooh. See, we hadn't look, we hadn't planned to go there, but I gotta tell y'all, it seems, what did they do? Well, I mean, I'm just, I'm gonna be transparent. Y'all gonna have to fill me in on some blanks I might have missed. But what did they do? How can you be a couple accused of sexual harassment? What did y'all do? What did they say they do,
Oh,
y'all? Karen, you've been reading
well,
the news. What did they say they do? Somebody
I'm from.
call in here and tell me, what did a couple do? Not just once, allegedly. I'm gonna put the allegedly out there.
You better put it.
Karen, we ain't getting in trouble today.
No, no, no. Well, I'm from Georgia, so I know all about Ti, and
Oh, fill me in.
yeah. So Ti is a bit of a playboy. Well, I can't say playboy. Let me start over. Him and Tiny are known to bring other people into their bedroom.
Oh,
Uh, they like to get a little freaky. They bring in other women. I mean, but that's been no secret in the industry. That's
they like a
everyone.
thruple.
Yeah, yeah. They like to get a little wild. They both were entertainers. Of course, Tiny was in it. The R&B group Escape, and T.I. as a rapper and whatnot. But they found themselves in some trouble now because they're having some young 20-year-olds come out and say that um, I don't know, did they say they drugged them? Allegedly would give them drugs, and then they were like kind of coerce them into having sex. But people don't know if they want to believe it or not because it's
But what
Atlanta,
are they
right?
claiming?
So
What are they claiming, that after they hung out with this celebrity couple and got seduced, that they had post traumatic strong? What the hell are they claiming? That they didn't want to do it? That they were tied up? That they were kidnapped? I mean, I'm trying to put it in
well, they were
perspective.
trying to say that Tiny, I believe, allegedly was forceful, and in some cases, Ti used Tiny as the cover to like be nice to the girls at first, but once they got back to the house, she kind of peer pressured the girls to do sexual favors and acts, and they
Mm.
would have a lot of alcohol in front of them, and a lot of the women were saying that they thought it would be safer because they were coming at them as a couple. It wasn't just Ti coming at them by himself.
Right.
So
Well, that was my first thought. What in the world did a couple do? But listen,
right, but
that's the same kind. It's kind of reminds me of that Weinstein story too, because he was supposedly working in cahoots with a woman.
well, see, the thing is, people are saying it's Atlanta, right? So why would they need to do this? There's plenty of freaky people in Atlanta, and a lot of people feel that because Ti has been vocal on a lot of race issues concerning black people, that the system is after him to try to bring down another black man. But my thinking is, okay, that could be true, but if you're married, if you just stick by the rules of holding your marriage to be something sacred and not bringing somebody else into your marriage, this wouldn't be an issue.
Well, now, Kara, I know that sounds all good and dandy, but the reality is there are a lot of freaky people out here. And some people think that bringing another party into their twosome, having threesomes with other people, I hear are called unicorns. There's actually a name for all of this. I mean, threesomes are apparently a big deal right now, from what I'm hearing. I mean, I'm not even a couple, so I don't know. But to think, I can't even do a couple, much less a thruple. I mean, that gets
No,
very confusing.
no, I
But
feel you on that one.
there are people who are doing that kind of thing, and so this is I don't know. It's always like something goes wrong. I don't know. It's like that's a lot. There's a lot of different energies going on there. But I'm just still trying to think what a couple does to like harass people. I guess the drugs that could be involved, the drinking involved. You wake up, you've done something you're embarrassed to say you did, and or maybe you were taken advantage of. I mean, who? It's crazy. That's not a good story to have following you.
So I'm reading right now, it's being labeled as it says that a dozen of victims began to accuse T.I. and
A
Tiny of,
dozen, a dozen, a dozen. Okay, a dozen.
and that's, yeah. And if
A
you don't know what a
dozen, girl.
dozen is, that's a box of Krispy Kreme
But
donuts.
girl, a dozen. That's that carton your mama opened up in the morning for eggs. If you're lucky.
Yeah, yeah, that's a
12.
dozen. Okay, so of sexual assault, abuse, and drugging, this all happened late January on Instagram. Oh, this is what it was. I remember now. Okay,
Oh
Sabrina
Lord, wait a minute, wait a minute.
Peterson.
Hold on, Kara. Before you go there, we have two messages in the queue we're going to get to after you read this news because I want our listeners to weigh in on this. So y'all, please. Woo! We
Oh,
weren't even, Carol. We didn't even say we were going here today, but this is interesting. Okay,
well,
get
this
back
is
to the
how.
news. But
Okay, this is how it all
okay,
started. Okay, so Sabrina
okay, it started
Peterson,
on Instagram. See, I knew social media had something to do with it. Go
of
on, Kara.
course. So Sabrina Peterson collected those allegations on her Instagram after she first accused Ti of once holding her at gunpoint. See, that's how it started.
What? Oh, that's
Yeah,
a good way to start.
yeah, absolutely. So
Yeah,
so
yeah.
then after that, all these other people just started coming out the woodworks.
And they said he held a gun to me too. Is it the gun that's the thing that's carrying through? Because that would imply harassment and a little abuse.
Yes, to because
And
once
money for my post
they
traumatic, and a lot of money for my post traumatic stress syndrome. I'm sorry.
oh man, we lost Rolonda right there. She
No, I'm just trying to think. But it seems the gun is the main thing, and that is something that's very serious. I make a joke out of this stuff because it's just so absurd. But I mean, why do tiny? Here's my other question: why do tiny and why do they have to hold? These people are good-looking people. They're rich. They're celebrities. You don't have to hold a gun to anybody to get sex.
So, yeah, and so that's why people aren't believing it because it's Ti and Tiny is known as being such a nice person. People are like, okay, really, these girls are just trying to take advantage, trying to get some money. I
Well,
mean, one
now,
of the
Carol, we watched them for a long time on their reality show, right? Did they have a long
yeah,
term, so we feel like we know them and trust them. We don't know these other girls. Not that I'm making a judgment. I'm not making a judgment. I'm just stirring the pot, so to speak.
yeah. So they're calling it in the letters, I guess from the victims, they're describing it as sexual abuse, forced injection of illegal narcotics, kidnapping, terroristic threats, and false imprisonment. And the victims include a 17-year-old intern to Ti and Tiny studio and an Air Force veteran. So it's
Girl, that's that's kind of deep. I thought you said a 70-year-old. I was about to say, what? They have reached a new low. But then you corrected it and said 17-year-old intern, which is not very good. An Air
well,
Force
17,
person?
not much better. I mean, they have kids
No.
around that age. That's disgusting to me if allegedly. So hey.
These are part of the people who are complaining. Somebody with the Air Force, you would think that they have credibility. You would also think they have a big backup force system that will come and get their little butts. This is not
Look,
good. I don't like that. I don't like hearing this. This is just nasty and horrible. Let's hear some of what our messengers say. Kara, go on. You were about to say something, honey, before I play the message.
oh no, I was gonna play the message.
Oh, okay. Go on. Hit it.
All right.
Well, it is rumored throughout the years that T.I. and Tiny have threesomes and menage a trois. They go to Pandora boxes, and it's like this well-known notion that goes on in Atlanta that they are a part of this scene. And now that their kids are older, they try to keep it hush hush. So now they're being accused of drugging girls allegedly with mollies and somewhat sex trafficking women.
What? Oh, Lord. Sex trafficking. Now,
This is
listen,
all Mr. Rolonda.
I will say this, though, Kara. People do whatever they're going to do. You end up at a party and you party, and it's one thing. But you start injecting me with drugs. Oh, I am so coming after you when I wake up.
Yes.
Inject it. That was one of the complaints. To inject, that implies a needle, which to me implies heroin. I'm not up with the drug scene right now. Molly's, they seem to be something you take around a jacuzzi.
Oh
They
man.
seem to be that lovey touchy. Back in my day, it was ecstasy. They used to say that was the love drug, or Molly's like the new love. Yeah, there's some claps there. Is that that was happening here? Y'all got to catch me up. I'm kind of out of the drug scene, but I remember.
Look, are you sure you were talking pretty good about it? I was over here wondering.
It used to be like, y'all remember ecstasy? And them girls would be like all kissing everybody at the party, and they'd be like, "She on ecstasy." And then they'd be like, Molly was because all the rappers were singing about Molly. I'm listening to my nephews and them. But I am
Future.
but when you start talking about injection drugs, the only injection drug I personally know about is heroin. And what's
Mm-hmm.
methadone? What else? What are people injecting something now? And look, let's go shoot up and go to the club. I've never heard of stuff like
Well, I couldn't tell you. I'm more of a so I
Oh,
wouldn't
look,
take any
Kara.
drugs. I'm just. I'm not saying that I have. I'm just saying that wouldn't be my thing of choice if I were to do a drug. But
Right.
I think it.
Kara, I know you would stick to aspirin. Tylenol. I'm sorry
Look,
we're having this
y'all.
horrid
Look,
conversation around you so young
look,
and
I
tender.
feel like you throwing shade at me now. First of all, you said I wasn't dangerous. Now you trying to say all I can handle is some aspirin. I see how it is.
You're so pretty and sweet and young and dainty. I don't want you to be tainted by our conversations, but let's get back to it.
Okay, let's go
Wait,
to
no,
the
hold
next
on.
call.
Let's go to the next call. Okay.
Say it, Kara. Dangerous. Say it, honey.
Okay, Miss Dangerous.
Here we go.
Keep your bedroom sacred.
Yes, truly.
Yeah.
Because see,
All
somebody's
right.
gonna get jealous.
I mean, what's wrong with keeping your bedroom sacred? Everybody got a problem with marriage now. If you don't like it, don't get married. I mean, he
Don't get
already cheated
married.
on his wife a million times, so obviously it's not his favorite thing. So, I mean, if she willing to keep sleeping with women, does she like women? Like, I mean, people need to be honest with themselves. They want to stay together for the kids. But how embarrassing is it for their kids to read this in the news? They were already embarrassed when their parents broke up last time and they saw the things that their father T.I. had done. it was video of him talking to other women, and his kids stopped talking to him. So how in the hell do you think his kids feel now?
But wait a minute. They none of this kind of stuff has ever come out before. Not while they were doing that long running reality show. None of this leaked out.
They Rolonda, they everyone already knew they like threesomes, foursomes, and whatnot.
Oh,
Everyone
just
already
not
knew
the
that.
abuse
So
part.
yeah, nobody would allege abuse.
Well,
Nobody would fathom that this would be going on. I mean, we don't even know if it's true. And I like to say I've met Ti at least two or three times, and it's not like I know him like he's my best friend, but he comes off just like he comes off on TV, just a cool, down to
right.
earth guy.
I love
So
them. I don't want to believe this. But you know something, you don't want to fall into the old trap of everybody else. Because if there was that was the thing that caught my ear. It was like the injection drug. Well, if you got injected and you didn't plan to be injected, I can understand your complaint. But it just
right,
seems a little, yeah, it's just a lot. I'm so sorry that happened. But see, that's what happens when you start swaying out or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. It's just it never ends good that way. It never ends good. Okay, let's hear what our listeners have to say.
Ladies, I'm going to say this. I watched Bill Cosby for years and
Yep.
never would have dreamed that he would have been accused of the things he did. So, really, there are some freaky people in the world, and you don't know if these people are guilty or not. They can look innocent, but that doesn't mean anything.
Well, can I tell y'all the truth? I knew Bill Cosby for a long time. I had Bill Cosby and his brother on my show, and
hmm
when all of that news came out, I was, when I first heard it, I was like, there is no way. Here, something. Here's a black man who tried to buy NBC, and they are coming after him. He's pissed off somebody. He said the wrong thing. And then it kept coming and it kept coming. That's why, like when you said 16, 13, you start getting around those numbers. It's like when
right,
poor little Tiger had an affair. It was like 19. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar 20,000. When you get all these names, the numbers, it's like, dang. Wait a minute.
right.
But one night I was doing my talk show. This is in the 90s back in New York. And I had known Camille and I had known Bill Cosby because I was the MC at an event where he gave his $10 million to Spelman College, which was the largest donation to any college, including Harvard, Yale, and all the rest at that time. And so he was a hero in our community, right? So I had met him and he was on my show. And I told him I was going to be moving from the show and I wanted to do some more creative work and I wanted to write some more. And so he said, come over and let's talk about it. So after a show one night, I went over to his brownstone. We
hmm
sat there and we smoked cigars. We drank a um, like it was like a liqueur or something that went back
hmm
to 1800s. I mean, they pulled out the special stuff, fireplace going, and we talked about writing and writers and had our cigars and drank our stuff, cognac or whatever. And he was a perfect gentleman. Nothing, not a thing. So when all of that came out, I was like, I have had a personal experience. Now, maybe I'm not somebody who people go mess with because I clock him. Or,
Right.
I said I'm gonna start a new movement, Kara. It's gonna be why not me? No, I'm kidding. No, but so, but I wasn't in my pajamas. I will admit I had a business suit on, but I no seriously
That was a good one, Rolonda. First of all, that was, I mean, I was sorry. Now you're offended. Like, why did he try to do it to me?
But here's the thing: if you wanted to, I worked with Bill O'Reilly on Inside Edition. Nothing. I knew Matt Lauer. Nada. I knew who was the other one? Not Rush Limbaugh. Who's the one that made the movie about? I even knew him. Um,
Oh man.
I forget, but nothing. No, why not me? But anyway, that's okay. I'm glad it wasn't me. But these people are treacherous.
Well, T.I. and Tiny have become a package deal when it comes to making money. It's like one can't make money without the other because
Mm.
now they have been lumped together. But I believe they did it because they're known to be little freaky deakies. Ti has had all these extramarital affairs, and I think that he was initially attracted to Tamika Tiny, his wife, in the beginning when they were younger. But as time grew by, I don't think he was attracted to her physically because he had all these extramarital affairs. And I just think as time went on, he couldn't walk away because they had built this somewhat empire together.
I think that's
Now,
a brilliant, brilliant comment.
yes.
That was brilliant because
Yeah,
you
that
here you kind of
was true.
gave the whole kind of arch of the story.
Yeah, they make money together. So I mean, people call Tiny ugly in the media. I mean, not in the media, but the fans are ruthless. I mean, I feel bad for how bad they go in. I mean, and Ti, he had to make a video one time, saying, he hears what you guys say about his wife, but he loves her. He thinks that she's attractive. I mean, they've been through a lot together with him going to jail, gun charges, and being they've been stopped before for having drugs in the car, like pills. I know. So that's what I'm saying. It's no secret that they like to have fun. Like they like popping pills. They like going to the club. They like drinking. I mean, they like having extra women. But
Mm.
you can't see. This is the thing, Rolonda, and I know we need to go through our messages so we can go to the next topic. But people gotta choose, and this is how I felt about Bill Cosby. It was so hurtful for me because so many people looked at him as a role model, a father. Every leader, whether you black or not, you have to make a choice at some point. Either you're gonna stick right to the script or you're gonna fall for temptation. Somebody has got to stand up and do better. Now I know that's easier said than done, but why do then we do say that God doesn't put more on us than we can handle, and He does expect better from His children. So we have to choose. And you already knowing that you're black and you knowing that you're becoming powerful, you're gaining money. If you know that we already have a target on our back, why make these dumb decisions? Now you don't open yourself up to these allegations because you don't have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so many women in your bed you can't keep count of.
Oh
Okay, if you
Lord.
want to have a threesome, have one every 5 years. Don't have one every month.
And with
And
a
not that
gun. How about
right.
have a threesome with a gun?
Oh,
Your wife may know you have a gun, but your girlfriend or the unicorn doesn't know you have a gun. Oh God!
oh.
But all that's alleged. My question is why now? Why they like coming at them now? Let's hear some what our listeners have to say, and I do want us to get to that. Well, if they've been having this kind of reputation all along, and that's just the way they roll, which I don't. I'm not making any judgment on that. But except not the gun part. But if you want to love, be free love, that's your thing, and you're doing it in front of your wife and your husband. Hey, go on for it. Happy for you. Um, but if everybody knew that and everybody was happy, then why all of a sudden now? Doggone it! Now that the kids are grown and they can actually come out and do this stuff freely, um,
Right.
there's an issue. Why now? If this has been all over the place, was the gun new? Did they piss off somebody? Did one of these little girls fall in love and thought they was going to take one of them from the other? I mean, something happened. It just seemed to me. But let's hear what a messenger has, what our message says.
So did with the Ti incident, so none of these girls supposedly signed an NDA, and when is all of a sudden when people come out with allegations, now there's a flood of people that come out with allegations. That shit weird.
Right,
I mean, is that the social media construct or is that like the Bill Cosby effect?
right. It's like why now and why so many all of a sudden? Seems like there would have been
Well,
some little tricklings out here and there, but all of a sudden, bam! Everybody comes. Who's been hunting up these Easter eggs?
Now I'm glad that he brought up the non-disclosure agreement because I know for a fact that I heard 50 Cent say that he records his sexual acts and he makes every woman he brings home sign a NDA, a non-disclosure. I can't say the word again.
Non-disclosure. And wait, Kara, I'm
Yeah.
so glad y'all are clarifying this for me because I'm like, who the hell has stop? I mean, you're hot and horny and you're tearing her panties off on the steps. Who's talking about signing an NDA?
Rolonda, you have to. And see, this is why I can't agree when you say, well, it's fine for them to do it. We're in a time right now where everyone's being accused of everything. If I was a man, I wouldn't even want to look at a woman if you have a corporate job. You
I
have
know
to
that's
just
right.
look at your desk because you never know. You get a promotion, somebody looking to set you up. So if we're living in this kind of environment, everybody got to be extra cautious.
That's
If I
right.
was a big celebrity, a huge celebrity, I would make you sign everything before you even came across my door, before your feet even hit that welcome rug.
Go
You gotta
on,
sign
Kara.
some papers. Come on,
You
somebody
been
gotta have some sense. I'm not saying y'all can't be freaks, but I'm a religious person. When you enter to a marriage, that should be sacred. That's just my belief. So when you get caught up, you get caught up. You got to be willing to face it. You got to be willing to face it. Not to say single people can't get caught up, but in a marriage, two become one, and you got to take that punishment together. And they are going to do it. See, now, whether they believe that marriage should have been sacred, the law finna show them that it should have been.
ooh, there it
Bam.
is. Bam.
That,
Just
woo.
hear what our listener has to say. Ooh, Kara, you on a roll today.
His T.I.'s last affair was very public. He was in a relationship while still married to his wife with Bernice Burgos, and it almost caused him and Tiny to get a divorce.
Ooh,
That's
Bernice.
true. And Bernice is a sweet looking thing too. So,
Now,
that
who
had
the
to
hell is
hurt
Bernice?
Tiny.
How did she
She
show up?
wanted
Where'd she come from?
Well, I'm not sure if this her real job, but I know her to be an Instagram model. She's in music videos, but she is really beautiful. Got some nice hindquarters. Is that what they still call them back there? The horse part,
Kara,
you know.
I live in LA and I don't think they've ever called them hindquarters, but I know what you're talking about.
Well, they
Hindquarters
call
are
me an
for
old
horses
they
out
call me
here.
an old soul, so I probably went old school on y'all.
Show them them ham hocks, baby. I know what you're talking about. Them
Ham
yams.
hocks.
Ham hocks and
Yeah.
yams. Okay.
There
I'm
you
a
go.
Southern
That
slut, but I
peach.
grew up in North Carolina, right?
Ooh,
I
I know
love
you
it.
know what I meant.
Know what you
Uh,
mean, Kara.
wait.
I love something. What I love. I love talking about this stuff because of your perspective. I love your perspective, the church girl. I'm like, let them have some thruples.
And
But
see,
it
look,
goes
that's how they go. Look, Rolanda, that's how they gonna get me in my career. They're gonna be like, we thought she was a church girl, but here's this.
right. They used to think I was a sweet little Southern girl too, honey. And now I'm in my latter years, and I don't give a shit. So it's like, but you're still young and tender, so you protect yourself, little niecey. Hold on, let's hear what our listener has to say.
Remember when T.I. had that issue with his daughter and
Oh
her
yes.
virginity and being intact?
Oh, girl, thank you for bringing that up. Y'all remember
So
that? Now,
true.
I remember that story.
Ugh.
To the gynecologist.
That
Now
was
the
too
word
much for me.
that was too much. I mean, basically that. Listen, I'm not going to get into the details of the story, but the general idea was that he had quite a relationship with the gynecologist of his daughter to, for his own, just checking in to make sure she was a virgin. And I think if I'm correct on that, and I could be totally wrong, but I'm just based upon my
No,
research.
you correct. You were correct.
All right, but I just think that's such an intrusion. If my father did that to me, I would feel so. I can't even begin to. I would just like get no. I can't even think about how to express how I would feel about that. But I would be really pissed, and I would really feel small. And I don't know if those are the words to say, but I just that's just such an intrusion. But also let me just say this too. I know what kind of mama bear I am too.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't say that in certain situations I wouldn't be checking too. Now I don't know if I'd go through the gynecologist, but I'd be checking somehow.
See, that's a whole nother topic. See, you gonna make me go off because I feel so many ways about that. I mean,
But that was a
I was
good bring up. That was a good bring up. Caller, I mean, our listener had a good. That was a good one to bring up.
this is unnecessary. I mean, some people are trying to say if you're a good father, that's what a good father is. But to me, it isn't. I have great relationships with my mom, and I had a good relationship with my dad. And I was a virgin all the way through grade school, and I didn't need them to check my hymen.
I
All,
didn't even
all
even.
I
I
could,
wouldn't even want my mother to do that.
me either. That's too much. I mean,
That's
that's too.
way too much.
Just
That is
have a
like
good relationship with
so.
your children and talk to them, and then they'll be open with you. I mean, his sons were younger than her, already filling up on girls and doing inappropriate things, but he worried about the daughter. But
But
that's a
that's the
whole
way
nother
people.
thing.
But yeah, but that's a whole nother part of our society too. It's like boys will be boys, and yeah, when you grow up, you're gonna break some hearts and all that kind of stuff. And they don't say that to girls. I mean, girls are raised totally different. Like, don't let nobody touch you. Your daddy got a shotgun, and blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. But and here's the thing too: women are so active today. I know, as a little girl myself, I climbed trees, I rode horses, I ran across huge cotton fields, and ran. I was a country girl. So your hymen breaks. I mean, it doesn't have to be a little boy who breaks it. So that means
That's
that says to
true.
me you're not doing daring, exciting sports and adventures with your body other than sex. But
Well, I
I don't
played
know.
a lot of sports growing up, and none of it broke mine. But I did hear that horse riding could could do it. I sure didn't mean to tell all this business today. Please, let's
I
go
was
to
about to
another
say, well,
caller.
Kara, the church girl, dangerous.
I'm going to another caller.
And look, yes, please do. Y'all
Yo,
hear
salute
what
to
I got
both
to
T.I.
say.
and Tiny. Regardless of whatever, marriage is hard. T.I. has been popular for a very long time, and he has access to lots of different types of women. So, if they have a negotiation, they have an understanding. I would rather they do stuff together with other females than he doing something by himself, disrespecting his wife,
Right.
or if she and then whatever they negotiate, if she allows him to have a girlfriend, then he should have a girlfriend. Like, I don't understand why people think dudes that can have any girl they want should be monogamous. That's really weird. Like, it's very, very strange.
I was thinking about that today, Rolonda, and my thing is, okay, if that's the case, then stop judging us women if we want everything we want too. Hell, I want my cake, ice cream, some cookies, some hot wings. I want some cornbread. I want a side of dressing, some macaroni and cheese, some collard greens, and some hot sauce. I want a bell pepper to eat with my
Girl,
hot
well, look,
wings. I want some fried cornbread, some
I
sweet
haven't
stuff.
heard marriage one part in there.
Well, but I'm just saying, if we're gonna
Right.
keep being like that, somebody got to stand for some. I mean, y'all do what you want. Everybody want to do what they want, but all this doing what
Listen,
you want gonna get us in trouble.
but listen, I gotta say this
Okay, I'm
because the
sorry. I'm
brother
sorry.
brings up a point. No, don't be
Okay,
sorry for your opinion. You hold on to your opinion. But I
I wasn't
tell you
really
what,
sorry, Rolanda.
huh?
I wasn't really sorry.
I know. Somehow I know that. But listen, check this out though. It's like this is it. Listen, you meet somebody, and let's just be real, okay? You meet somebody in college, and now you're like, how old are they? They're like in their 40s now. They in their 30s,
Mhm,
40s. That's a long time. I. Well, that's why I'm not married to this day. But
mhm.
my parents were married before my dad died, 50 something years. So I've seen it. I can't say I don't believe in it or I've never seen it. Most of the people I knew growing up, their parents were together for 50 something, 60 years. So I can't say I've never seen that. But I just can't believe I could do 50 years with one person. And I'm not saying I would be kinky and having three or four or five people coming in my bed. And I'm not saying I
Mhm,
wouldn't be either.
mhm.
But one of the things I feel
Whoa.
like, well, listen, I don't know. Who knows? But one of the things brother brought up was they are doing it in front of each other. It's something that they as a couple agreed to. And more, whether we like it or not, or whether we would do it or not, there are couples who are embracing this. And the third person, which is usually a woman who comes into a couple, is called a unicorn. And even in high school and college, kids are doing threesomes. They're not calling them threesomes because they're in actual relationships. Threesome implies we had all three of us had sex together. But a thruple is we are a thriving couple of three. We're three. We're three. We
First of
all
all,
in the couple.
that sounds like a damn good dessert. A truffle.
Does
Is
that
that
a
what you
truffle?
said?
It's kind of like not so. You start thinking about it, and golly, how did these people get to do stuff like that out in the free and open, and we had to hide it? I'm kidding.
Oh
But
my god.
seriously, more and more people are embracing that kind of expression of their love, and they're doing it in in concert with the people they love, so nobody's getting hurt. It's all, well, I can't say nobody's getting hurt, that's another part of this conversation, but they are
Well,
openly, it's an open relationship, and nobody can say they got hurt because they didn't know.
and Miss Rolanda, that's fine. Okay, and like what's the word you used? You said they're embracing. Is that what you said?
They are, what word did I say, because I was searching for it, that they're like in comparison, they're doing it all in agreement with each other,
Well, just be an
in
agreement.
concert.
Well,
That's
just
what I'm
be an
saying.
agreement. If somebody come back and accuse you, just be an agreement that if your test come out and it say STD, just be an agreement that if you
Ooh,
embarrass your children because of your acts, that you're gonna be okay with it. Next caller.
So
ooh.
true, Kara Dangerous. Speak the truth. That is the truth. Once you go to past a certain limit, then what are you going to do next? So you have to be careful because you'll be treading on thin water and you won't be able to go back. I always said if you steal one time, it gets easier the next time. And then what will you do the next time?
Get caught.
Okay, You want to go on to the next one because we'll never get to the
Yeah,
next topic.
yeah.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's
And
go.
salute to y'all both for having a conversation. I will ask you this: since when is an accusation proven to be the truth?
That's
Justin Bieber
right.
was accused of rape on Twitter, posted his receipts, and then went after the two girls that did it. And they tried to Me Too him too. The only thing is, he's of a different breed because he prepared himself for stuff like this. So he keeps his receipts for all of his activities. So he didn't have that. T.I. still from the older generation, so he don't have that stuff like that. But what do y'all think about?
Wow.
Now,
Let's go to the
now,
next one.
see, I
I can
remember
tell
when
you
that happened.
why.
Wait a minute. Hold up.
Because when you stop paying people that are doing things for you in the dark and you don't
Now
want
that's
it to come
true.
to light, when them checks
That's
stop
true.
coming, that's what happened with R.Kelly. Because back in the
Uh
day,
huh.
old
That's true.
men used to be like 25 marrying 15-year-olds, and R.Kelly stuck with that same old school mentality, being 10, 20 years older than the woman. But when them checks stop coming, then people gonna bring what's happening in the dark to the light.
Ooh, she didn't say anything
There
but the
it
truth, did she?
is.
Boom. There it is.
Rolonda Watts, who said, "Why now? Follow the money. Follow the money."
That's right.
They're not stupid enough to not have these girls sign NDA, so follow the money. And if they, and then we believe, why do we believe people with these allegations that everybody can be a victim before they show proof? And that's the weird thing, no proof. Because people that lie about things like this, not saying that they did, but people that lie about this can just walk away and say, "Oop, I made a mistake," and they don't go no jail time, no nothing. So they don't lose at all if this is false.
Well, it doesn't make you think that there is somebody who is really pissed off about something. And sister brought up, yeah, when the money trail stops coming. So where did that money trail stop? Not just start, but when did it stop? Who had an argument? Who got, took it a little too far? Something happened because all of a sudden you just don't have this reputation that everybody has accepted, and then all of a sudden there are these 16 allegations. I mean, it just seems weird to me. It seems weird. And the shame is that whether it's true or not, and we hope it's not true, and we have said from the beginning, Kara and I, that this is alleged, but the fact is, it still doesn't help your reputation. It still is out there tainting and staining you and your brand in some way. And hopefully not. I mean, can the love of your fans and the proof of your pudding every day in a reality show save you at this point? Because those are some nasty allegations, man.
Well, you know what? I feel like we should move on, Ro, because
Hey, ladies, question with the T.I. conversation about his daughter's timing. Now, if his daughter had a baby at 15, or his daughter was seen to be Steve Harvey's doing Lori Harvey stuff at that age, would we be calling him a bad parent? Like how maybe he wasn't around enough. Like, I mean, can we have it both ways? Can we say he's doing too much, but then say he didn't do enough? Like, let people should parent the way they want to. You know what I'm saying?
Can't we all get along?
No.
No. Yeah, I can't believe we've been talking an hour, Kara.
Yeah, but we're going to get through some more of these topics because I wrote too many notes on this other stuff.
I was going to say, I was trying to feel you out and say, is she going to keep going? Y'all want us to keep going? Let us know if you want us to keep going in this room. Send us some claps or something.
Oh, my God.
Okay, they said they want to keep going. Okay, all 7 people want to come on, y'all. We going to go then. All right, let's listen to these 2 messages, and then we'll move to the next topic. Is that okay?
Let's do it. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's go.
Salute, Ms. Dangerous. The thing is that we say y'all can do whatever y'all women can do whatever they want to now. They prove it all the time. You know what I mean? These young girls, I know I'm closer to your generation than the 20s and 30s now, but I would say they do whatever they want now. The only thing is, when you do whatever you want, if a man feels like you're too promiscuous, he's not going to marry you. So, that's still his choice. Your choice is to give up your body to whoever you want, however many times you want, whenever you want. But it's still a man's choice on who he wants to marry. Women don't get to decide who they marry. They don't get to decide who asks them. Let me say that.
Wow.
Well, no, you know what, Devin? Good point. And I want you to make sure you stick on for the next 2 topics because this comment will make much more. It is related to our next 2 topics. So make sure you stay on, brother.
Well, first of all, I gotta say what he said is so dynamic, and I'm so glad he just came out and said it. Just say it. That's because that's the truth. And women try. I mean, they did it in my generation. They doing it in everybody's generation. They think they can have it all. They think they can do. I mean, we all did it. We can do this and do that and still be Rebecca Sunnybrook Farm at the end of the day. And it doesn't always work out that way. And people will tell you anything. No, come on, let's do it on the first date. I ain't gonna think bad of you. Come on. Oh, please. Brother just broke it down. And that is the truth. I mean, I just really think stuff like that needs to be said. And he said it. All right, let's listen to our next one. But like Kara said, brother, stick around because our next stories, we got some J-Lo coming up. What else we got? Just give a little quick tease, Kara, before this next message. What else? Kara, we got
J-Lo and Alex. We got
Ray.
Sweetie Quavo. We got the top drama. We got Cardi B, little Stacey Dash. If we can get through it, we'll see.
We'll see what we can get through. Okay, let's listen to this.
Ladies, I want to say I salute y'all both. Because, like I said, y'all are definitely closer to my age than this generation here. And to be open-minded about the things that they're doing now, I salute y'all both. I mean, it's still weird, but with the stuff they do now. But to be open-minded about it and not to be old-fashioned in your ways and pick and choose, I think that's dope. Salute you.
Kara, they think you 100 years old.
You know what? I get that all the time. I went out on a little date and somebody said I act old, and you know what, I'm starting to feel like I'd rather act old than to be like some of these other folks, because you know what, the old people that I admired, they had a lot of sense and a lot of wisdom, and like my mom always tell me, you gotta stand for something, or you'll fall for anything. So just because the world says it's right to do it don't mean that it is. So the
That's
world
right.
change, the world change on a whim, but there's nothing wrong with having some values and some morals. I'm not saying that I walk 100% great all the time or good all the time, but I do try to keep some morals about myself. So hey, and the ones that I get down with, they know I'm a freak, but everybody else ain't got to know that. You dig? It's Katie.
Well, what y'all don't know is I'm the old lady in this group. Kara's my, she could be my niecey, but she keeps me straight and she keeps me on the good foot because she's. I think you're more conservative than I am. You keep me in line.
Well, the
I'm
thing
the
is,
one.
I'm
I'm the
not.
one
I'm not
talking
too
about it's okay.
conservative. It's look, Rolonda. It's that I have. It's like I'm actually not too conservative. The reason I'm acting like this is because I'm starting to see that we need some more values in the world. I used to be a little bit more liberal, but it's like I see stuff going to hell right now, and I feel like somebody need to remind people it's okay to walk the straight and narrow. It's like it's too many people going too far.
Well, it's a crazy world right now. Seems like you can do anything and get away with it. You and Trump.
Right.
All right, get to
Well,
the next topic. I've got. Listen,
here
and let
we
me tell you this. I'm going to have to wrap out about 5:15 because I've got to go do something with Kim Coles. She's doing something for her group, and I got to pop in and say hello to her, and I got to put a wig on. So go on, keep talking. We got
Okay,
15
just
minutes.
let me go. Okay, just let me know. I mean, not go, but just let me know. So,
I'm gonna let
J
you know
Lo and
and
Alex.
go.
Okay, okay, just, okay. Well, just a quick refresher on J Lo and Alex
Yeah,
Rodriguez.
right.
Rodriguez,
Because last
because
time we talked, they were breaking up, girl, and we were all crying, getting all
right,
upset, and then wondering if it was a publicity move.
and of course we still feel like it is. They had a 2 year engagement. They've been dating roughly 4 years. Of course, Alex is a baseball analyst on Fox and Fox Sports and ESPN. He's a
And a
commentator.
fine mofo. I just had to
Yes,
say that.
he is nice looking. They're a beautiful couple. But as of what, like 2 days, they were back together.
After they
So
broke up. Well, that
after
what
they
else
broke
is
up,
new? Isn't that what we all do? I mean, I
well,
tend to be somebody, if I break up with you, we are broken up. I have thought about this to the point when I break up with you, it is so well thought out. There's like, I'm resolved. But some people are like, I'm gonna break up with you, but you smell so good and I just want to hold your hand and I'm gonna break up with you and I just okay, let's go to dinner. I'm not that girl. It's I break up with you, we're done. But people go back and forth. I guess that's part of the love process.
Well, the thing about it is when you're J Lo and you've been in as many relationships as she has, people
Mm.
immediately started joking on her. They call her the Tom Brady of engagements. In fact, if she gets one more ring, I think she will be tied with Tom Brady for Super Bowl rings. Um,
Oh,
so so that's like the joke everybody's doing. And also, it was a little thing about, the couple have, been in therapy through their relationship. So people were saying, well, maybe their issues finally just, were too much for the couple to handle, but obviously not. And also, it was rumored that Alex has been playing the field with a young reality star.
oh
Um,
no.
yes, but it turned out to be that he
I
just
don't believe that's
FaceTimed her.
true. I don't believe that's true. I don't think he's the kind of guy that would shame her. It's like, what is that most women say? Now you go do what you want, but don't embarrass me. Don't be bringing that stuff up to the house and stuff. I don't think he would do that. And I also no, I think he would be broken up before he would make a move like that. I just think that about his character. But who am I? It's not the
Um,
big. It's not the big rod that's talking at that moment. It's the little one.
Well, I have to tell you this though. I can't remember or not, but I want to say he cheated on his ex-wife, but I may be wrong. I may be
Oh.
wrong because he brings two daughters to the relationship, and J Lo has her one set of twins, a girl and a boy, that she had with Mark Anthony, singer Mark Anthony. So they have their own little family thing going, but apparently,
I think what
this
they've been together
actress,
7 years. Has it been 7 years?
well, supposedly they've been dating roughly for 4 years.
Oh, I'm thinking. You know what? You know who I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of Markle and Harry. They've been together 7 years. Has it seven
Oh,
years
that's
with them?
correct. Yeah, I
Okay.
believe so.
Yeah. Okay.
But
So, well,
the
listen,
I just
anything beyond a year to me is pretty amazing.
oh man, well you're right. You're right. But let me say this: they did say this reality star said that they have spoken over the phone, her and Alex, and the girl name is Madison, but they have never met up. So my thing is though, why would Alex be FaceTiming this lady if does she know anything about baseball?
Mm. I don't know. Well, I don't know.
You sure you
Yeah.
don't know?
Well, I would hope not to assume so quickly because people, men and women, talk. Like if you were doing business together, maybe that was something, or I don't know. It depends on the context. Let's hear what our listener has to say.
Thanks, ladies, for the show. I know you got to leave in a little bit, Rolonda. Follow me back. I followed y'all both. Great topics, great show. And I celebrate y'all as women to be more logical and not giving your emotions about the things, just different opinions. So I respect that. Appreciate it.
Oh, thank you so much. What a great listener, and thank you for contributed and got engaged, and I appreciate that we just not
Wait, what you
going
mean
off
we
the
get up in our
handle.
feelings? What you mean?
Who?
He just said he appreciate we don't get in our feelings. What?
Well, I picked it up as he appreciated that we didn't just go off on these folks, that we handled both sides of the issue here, that we looked at it from like a lot of different logical angles. Not that we didn't just go off on Ti and Tina. We looked at it from different angles.
So you didn't get?
It
I
was a
didn't do.
conversation and not a hysterical shouting match.
I feel
I
like he
think that's
trying to
what it
say
means.
women are emotional.
Well, we are. We are. And
I
you know
think he
something,
trying
and
to
in
call
some,
me
well,
angry.
now, Kara, let's be real. In some conversations, when we talked about Ti and Tina, the conversation could have gone, I wish my man would be bringing somebody up in there, and I don't know. It could have gone that way, but not with us, because we're going to be like, well, there are couples who do. We
Hmm.
know how we feel about stuff, but we have a good conversation and leave the floor open for lots of conversation. Let's listen
Alex was
to it.
trying to be nasty, honey. That's all. On the down low.
Ooh, he was trying to mess with somebody, but you know how they do. Sometimes, now see, that here I go right off into the emotional thing. But men will mess around to kind of get your attention.
Yeah.
I got one clap, and
Well,
Kara went
well,
emotional.
I was gonna say that went over your head. I was trying to act emotional, but my jokes, I guess, it didn't land with you.
Well, you know something. I think that you know, J Lo has this movie coming out, and a lot going on around, and sometimes very handsome, coddle me men. Not saying that that's Alex, but men who are good looking like that are used to a lot of attention, and you never know. You never know. Hold
You
on,
don't
let's
think
hear it.
J Lo gets a lot of attention? She could be
Oh, I'm
cheating
sure
on.
she
She
gets
could be
tons of attention.
FaceTiming too. She could be
Well, now,
FaceTiming.
and look, a whole lot quicker because I think women are slicker and a whole lot quicker.
Right, but if I FaceTime, I'm a hoe. He FaceTime. Oh, he got options. Hell, I got options
Which
too.
is which is why you're not gonna know about us. We don't get caught. Men get caught.
Right. Yeah. Right. Next caller.
Good night, ladies. My apologies for my lateness.
There's what security.
I was in my own show, didn't recognize. So, good evening, Kara and Queen Rolonda Watts. Good to see you again. I'll catch you next time. I love you.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I
I
heard his
enjoyed.
show earlier.
You did King
Yeah,
show.
but yeah, I did. But you know what? I'm just Kara Dangerous, but you're Queen Rolonda. Did you catch that?
Yes, I did catch that. But you know, he's a king. He knows what he knows. He calls himself Watt Security now.
I'll let you have it. I'll let you have it.
I love it. I love it. He's always so supportive. I just want to say while we have the minute, and then I'll have to get off. But I can't thank y'all enough for tuning in and listening. And I hope you'll follow both Kara and myself. And also on social media, and we have a podcast that we do, Rolonda on Demand, and Kera Dangerous has her podcast.
Kara Dangerous Talk
There you
on
go. And
Instagram and on YouTube.
right. And I'm at Rolonda Watts on social media, and I know Kera Dangerous is on Kera Dangerous.
Yes. Look, I want to get through this one story before you gotta go.
Okay, come on now. I got 5 minutes.
Okay, because it's a big story. We talking about one of the coolest couples have split. Sweetie the rapper and Quavo from Migos. They're Splitsville, okay? She has that song My Type that I always shake
Okay.
my butt to, right? And that
Mm-hmm.
song Tap In. And we know Quavo. Come on. If you don't know the Migos, then okay, whatever. But they're like I said, they're one of the hottest young couples. Now, Sweetie unfollowed Quavo on the gram on Wednesday,
Uh-oh.
and she told her fans that the speculations were correct. She is single, and she was quoted on her Twitter as saying this. Where my quote? Okay, here it
No,
is.
no.
She she said, "I'm." Wait, that was a cliffhanger. Okay, let's get
She
serious.
said what? What
she she said, "Okay, I'm single. I've endured too much betrayal and hurt behind the scenes for a false narrative to be circulating that degrades my character. Presents don't band-aid scars, and the love isn't real when the intimacy is given to other women. You better tell it.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Ooh. Well,
you
that
better
kind of put it
tell it.
directly where it is.
Yes, and I just want to let everyone know that Sweetie is a trendsetter. She's always on the Instagram. She has the long nails. Her makeup's always fly. Her outfit's always fly. She's always doing some type of TikTok, some kind of Instagram reel video. She's really what's popping right now in the industry. So this was really big news. And so after she made that quote, Quavo came back and he wanted his fans to know what was going on. So this is what Quavo had to say. He said, I know
Oh,
you want
whoa.
to Yes, he said, I know you want to make this into a show, so I'll play my part just this one time. I don't normally put my business out there, especially my personal life. I feel the need to address this so there are no false narratives. I had love for you and you did all that. You are not the woman I thought you were. I wish you nothing but the best. So that's it.
First of all, do you think they really wrote that stuff? Because that sounds like some people who can actually write stuff. Because did they write that stuff? Was that publicity? Was that
I
really
actually
them
thought
for
they did
publicity?
right there. I
Just
know.
from the heart, not from the publicity department.
Well, because it sounded so real if you follow their relationship. I mean, everyone thought they were the perfect hip hop couple. Okay, they just sat down with GQ and did the relationship questions, and everybody was saying, "Oh, they should get married. Oh, they're beautiful. Oh," and now they're broken up.
We all break
So
up. We all break up.
yeah, but I think the
When our
lesson is just
celebrity friends who we admire break up, what does that do to us? Does that make us all sad and not believe, or make us like, God, they're just like us? This stuff called relationship is hard. I
right.
mean, how do you take it when? I mean, because quite honestly, J Lo and A Rod, I responded to because I happen to follow that couple. I like that couple. This couple you just mentioned, I have no idea who you're talking about, to be honest with
Well,
you.
trust me, Rolanda, they're hot. That they were a hot
I know
couple.
they are. I know they are. just like Ti and Tiny. But it's like
Well, look,
everybody breaks up. Didn't you break up one time? Didn't you have a horrible breakup?
yes, but you know what? I just want to remind people that you can't read too much into pictures. And in this
And
case, you can't
publicity.
read too much into interviews either because people will make it, they will smile, they will pretend to be happy and just be going through hell. So when you look up to these relationships, just know they going through it. Every relationship has its ups and downs. So don't worship a picture, don't worship a couple in interviews. I mean, look at Brad Pitt and Angelina. She taking him to court and saying he was abusive. He was drinking too much around the kids. One of his kids want to change his last name back to Jolie.
They
So, and no,
just like
for
us.
real, they just
They
like
just
anybody else.
everybody else. I tell you what, and relationships, and look, they say the most explosive word in the English language. Look it up. It's called family.
You're right.
And relationships. And it's just interesting that no matter fill in the blank, fill in the name, it's the game is still the same. Boy gets girl, boy loses girl, boy gets girl back. It's the same thing that every drama, every romance is made of. But and all the crap that we've been through and ourselves in our lives. I mean, how many breakups have we? Well, you haven't lived as long as me, but God, you look back and you go like, "Dag, been there, done that, like at least 15 times."
Well,
It's
I tell you,
crazy.
I've been through enough. They don't really ever feel good unless a person was just horrible, and
No.
sometimes they don't feel good, you know.
Well, Kara, you brought up the very thing to keep in mind. And as we end this, that, yeah, it never feels good. Breakups suck, divorces suck, relationships can really suck. But at the same time, they can be the most glorifying thing. It's like getting a good hit in Las Vegas. You keep going back for the feeling of that you might win again. And that's what love is too. So a lot of times. So we hang in there and keep it going. But girl, we got some talking today about relationships. What we gonna talk
Uh,
about next week, Kara?
I don't know. Maybe some other stuff we didn't get to today. Cause
Well, y'all
I
let us know what you want to talk about. Follow us on social media on everything. I'm at Rolonda Watts, and Kara is
Kera Dangerous.
Kara
That's
Dangerous
it.
everywhere. So follow us. Let us know what you want to call it. We got one last message. Let's hear it.
Great conversation, ladies. Enjoyed it.
Oh, girl,
Woo.
we appreciate you so much. Y'all, thank you so much for listening. We just a little show growing. And I said, I'm going to get my little niecey age friend in here, Miss Kara, who is doing such a great job on her new podcast. And, I said I could talk to her because we got that generational thing and she teaches me so much. So we're going to be here every Friday about 4 o'clock. No,
Hey,
at
I
four
can't do nothing
o'clock.
with Rolonda, y'all. I can't do nothing with her.
I know, and I can't do nothing with this little old church girl, but we gonna sit up here, we gonna figure it out, and we gonna talk about what's up with that.
Yes. What's up with that?
What's
What's
up
up
with
with that?
that?
Yes, I love that. Well, you
Yeah,
be blessed, Miss Rolanda. You make that
you
money. You
too,
do that
baby.
thing, girl.
You girl, I'm out there hustling and trying to keep kicking, so you can keep kicking. So listen,
Every
get some
day
good,
I'm
good,
hustling.
good. Yeah, get some get some good topics for next week, and we'll meet up here again if you have the time. And y'all come on and join us and tell friends and support us. And let's do this. Let's do it.